Here we go.
You want to be like? Sensitivity equals fucking poverty.
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Check it out, homie.
Everyone, welcome to episode 208 of Insensitive Culture. As always, you know me.
What's up, what?
Guess who's not here today?
And that fool Blazer, Ramon.
Hey, but you know who is? Man, you know who we be.
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Make sure you check it out, homie.
Damn, I be hesitating where these buttons are. Damn it. I be forgetting.
Yeah, make them into real buttons.
I know, that's the problem.
I think the touchscreen
That's the
is throwing
problem.
you off. What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
It's not the touchscreen. It was I keep going from landscape to, you know. And
to portrait. That muscle
yeah, to portrait.
You got to keep it in the same
No.
orientation.
It's here to stay now, all right? Listeners, what's good, man? Thank you for showing up for another week. Johnny, thank you for showing up for another week.
I'm here. I had to cover for Dave. You know, I didn't want you to be on the show all by yourself because
yeah, man, that would suck.
You wouldn't remember to tell everybody to rate, view, subscribe,
and all this shit, right?
Sign up for the Insensitive Cult. What the hell? No, what do we call it? It's not what it's called.
The Insensitive Cult.
I thought we called it something else.
What, the membership?
Yeah.
Yeah, sign up for that shit.
What the fuck is that shit called?
You created it. The cult.
Shit.
It's the Insensitive Cult. Anyway, the Insensitive Cult
We're
members
really good at this stuff, you guys. We're really good, we swear.
Yeah, after 4 years, we still have no fucking clue what we're doing, and we can't keep track of it all. Plus our families and our jobs and all of the things that come along with it. But anyway, what the hell is good, bro? What's up?
Nothing, man. Just I'm on it. You know, I'm off this week and next week technically from my main job. So I'm on parental leave this week.
Oh shit! Nice.
And next week, helping out the nanny. My wife went back to work, and so my idea was the whole intent was to help out the nanny these 2 weeks.
Oh shit!
But she was like, "Y'all need help, not me. Like I'm good. I got this." So, yeah, I've been just working on on my side hustle businesses and trying to get all of that shit ready.
Yeah, man. I gotta put some more thought into my side hustle businesses too. I gotta start actually mapping shit out and doing stuff. So kudos to you for getting the ball rolling and keeping it up on that. 'Cause that shit is taking a lot.
It's no joke, man. It's the more I dig into this, the more that imposter syndrome starts to slide on, you know. Who, you know, I'm usually typically someone that is pretty good at identifying that and pushing past that.
Yeah.
But in this case, it's, you know, I'm trying to do something that I've never done before, that I have no true experience from certain perspectives of it, right? Like I've dealt in certain parts of the overall industry and the tangential sides of the industry and all that stuff. But just, you know, from this level, from this amount of an investment, from, you know, both monetarily as well as time-wise, there's just a lot of shit. And there will continue to be, you know, a lot of shit. Like if everything works out and it's successful, it'll be worth it in the long run. But this is going to basically be a huge motherfucking sacrifice for me for the next at least 24 months, if not longer. And so I'm just trying to prepare myself mentally. And there's plenty of times that I look at shit where I'm like, Jesus Christ, am I really fit for this? Like, you know, there's other times where I'm like, you see, I'm on the right path. You see, I'm doing exactly the right, like, you know, I'm hearing different advice and shit from folks, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's exactly where I was thinking. Or I'll tell people kind of the mission and where we're going and what we're trying to do, and people are, oh, I love that, that totally makes sense. And they could either be gassing me up or they really feel the vibes. But either way, it's still a huge stretch for me, and I'm just hoping shit all works out in the long run.
I mean, this obviously take this with a fucking grain of salt from someone who hasn't really done much, but all I can tell you is from the few things that I have just jumped in and try to figure out and do, and obviously, like, even with like the podcast, right? It's like you cannot be the typical Johnny that plans for these things because it's not going to be there. Like these are that in these situations, right, where like you described, it's like just you're in it for the ride, bro. And in those situations when you feel out of your element, that's really what everybody goes through that shit. Right. And nobody knows the actual the ins and outs completely, right? You can think because you've been through it, right, that you know everything, but you fucking don't. You have no idea, if another pandemic will hit. You have no idea, if people will show up to support, or even come in like you expected because, X, Y, and Z was there. Like, you just have no fucking clue. Yeah. And it may go well. It may go well for a while. And then a whole bunch of shit could change. Yes. Right? And a whole bunch of shit changes. Yeah. And now you got to figure out as you go along. And really the whole thing is figuring it out as you go along. And that will never stop. Man. If you're on top of your shit and you're constantly about it, you can pivot if you're identifying and you're aware of what's happening. But like, that's why I'm saying, like, that's where the sacrifice part of it, because eventually, right, you can find someone that you identify as a trusted individual that can take over a lot of shit for you, right? You can delegate. If you're a good leader, you can delegate so that you can go off and do other things. Mm-hmm. But you got to have a good circle. You got to have good people around you to do that, and that's always a challenge. People, I think, is the biggest challenge, but it's also one of the things I think is essential for any successful business, for anybody out there. I'm not, I don't pretend to be any sort of business guru, but I think the number one important thing that I've noticed in all of my time in any company that I've worked for, small, big, large, or just tiny, is respecting the people that you hire, right? People is the number one thing. Show them that they're valued. Show them that you need them and you're there to make their lives better and help them move on to the next big thing, right? Like, you're not trying to hold anyone down. You're trying to empower them as well, alongside you. And we're all here to fucking make this money together. So let's do it. Yeah, man. Keep that ceiling open. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Let them know, hey, the sky's the limit. And they'll always ride for you because, they feel that way. But once you keep them at a certain level, and there's really nowhere to go, you're gonna be losing a lot of people. Yeah. All right, this ain't the self-help podcast, but we here for it, yo. We do it. We that's the beauty in us. We never know where the fucking conversation's gonna go. That's and a fact. Just goes there. And if you don't fucking like it, well, tough shit. Yo, with Dave's absent ass, did he provide you with some pre-questions or some shit, or we just winging the questions? But you already know. I'm ready. That's he threw one in there. He did throw one in there, but I have a few of them. So no doubt. Let's do it. Question. All right. I'm not sure if I want to. You know what? Let's start it off with Dave's question. He threw in here. How would you start a nuclear war if your life depended on it? How would I start a nuclear war? If yes, your life depends on whether you can start a nuclear war against, a country or whatever. You have to do it or else you die, which in this case, I don't know. It's a Dave question. He had it more thought out than I did. But if you had to, let's put it this way.
You knew about this, you maybe already have something to go. No, not at all. Okay. So if you had to poke the bear, if you had to poke the bear to start to get some shit going on, like, and your life depended on whether you can poke the bear. It doesn't say that it has to be a nuclear war with your own country or anything, Like you could, let's say you wanted to instigate a nuclear war between two other countries or some shit. I don't fucking know. Who knows? Yeah, I mean, I don't know how I would be able to do any of this, but I guess if it was something to be done, I would probably convince a place like a volatile place, like let's say Iran, that somebody has a PP tape of their leader, the Ayatollah.
Nice.
And I would, do some hacking or figure out some way to plant some AI footage that shows their leader blowing another man or some shit.
Sure.
And then I would lead the trail back to, God, I wouldn't want it to be the U.S. So let's say, I don't know, Germany. Sorry, Germany. And let, or I don't know, China. Fuck them. And let's see what happens there. I don't know. That's
I don't fucking know. I don't know how to answer this question other than I would probably become a big Trump supporter. First of all,
okay,
become a big Trump supporter, and we're gonna try to get him in office, which nowadays seems like it's not that far fetched of a it's not that far fetched of a fucking idea, right? Somehow try to get my way into his ear somehow, and just put so much shit into his ear, and he probably loved that shit, and he wants to start a fucking war anyway, probably. If it's not that, it's figuring out how to troll these people online and like, trying to figure out how to troll someone in power, that has access to these type of, like Korea or some shit, right?
Okay.
Like fucking, what is it? It's North Korea, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So like North Korea, that would be the obvious, strategy to go that route and somehow get messages in there again, like, and make it seem like, somebody was talking mega shit about him and, and saying he has a small dick and all kind of crazy dumb shit, Yeah. Like that would be probably the easiest way, because those motherfuckers, bro, they're just itching.
That'll be it.
Yeah, that would be it. That would be it. And people do that shit all the time. Probably not to North Korea, but they figure their way around the fucking internet to get these messages out there and make it that shit look legit.
That's
as
fair.
Fuck. They do it to us. That's the best that I can come up with. Who the fuck knows how you would start a fucking nuclear war?
I really wonder what Dave's answer was here.
I don't know. We'll have to ask him, because what a strange question. I don't know why I started with that. I have better questions. Let's see. All right. So we've been, Dave and I have been doing a couple different things, and I think these do well. So we have a Marry Smash Kill.
Oh.
Yep, love it. But this version, you'll know what the pattern is here. All right. So Marry Smash Kill, Cersei Lannister, Skyler White, Janice Soprano.
Janice?
Yes, Janice Soprano. All the women we love to hate.
Oh. Oh, man. That's tough. Because I was almost like immediately kill Skyler, but
yeah,
Janice is annoying as fuck. And Cersei's like a piece of Mary smash kill Mary. Oof. Let's see.
You want me to go with my answer
I think
so you can think about it?
no, I think I'm I'm going to still kill Skyler because she's an annoying piece of shit. I'm gonna marry Janice actually.
Wow.
Because I feel like she holds it down for her husband. And so she'll probably be. She does some freaky shit, but I don't need all that freaky shit. Like none of that pagan shit. But she's down for the freakiness. So she's down for all of that. She's down to hold you down. So yeah,
Okay.
I'll probably marry her. I'll smash Cersei because she's pretty hot. And yeah, I'll kill fucking Skyler because she got nothing going for her except annoying.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess she's good with money, but man, fuck that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I believe I'm gonna go with killing Janice Soprano. Mainly because so many guys have died while they were with her because she is just fucking psychotic. I can't deal with somebody like even when she was like when she I forget his name, but when she had her husband and everything and he was treating her right, doing all that, she fought to be with him. She was giving him so much shit.
Yeah.
Right, pushing him to pretty much be somebody he wasn't or he didn't want to be. And so fuck her she'll probably end up killing you at some point or another.
It's possible.
Because
it's possible.
It's very possible. Very possible.
But all of these, I think, have the possibility of maybe Skyler wouldn't. She may be too pussy to kill you, but
that's where I'm.
No problem stabbing you.
That's where I'm going with, right? So I would fuck Cersei, right? One, she's dope.
Yeah.
She looks very fuckable. I can't marry some chick that was banging her brother, had multiple kids with her brother.
Yeah.
Right? So I can't really marry a chick like that. But I'd probably smash her. And she's fucking conniving. She's conniving. Yes. She's conniving as fuck.
Yeah.
So she probably have you killed at some point also.
Easy. And
the lesser of, all the evils here is going to be Skyler White. She was an annoying ass bitch on the show. And you know what? She held Walter down until she found out he was living a fucking illegal life. And
so
then
was she really holding him down?
Not really, but like you said, she's good with money, blah blah blah. But it was until she kind of, I don't think she gave him too much shit. She probably gave him enough shit like a probably wife would when you're not doing anything. But if he was bringing home millions of dollars but it was when she realized that he's selling fucking crystal meth and all this shit. And he has this whole illegal thing going that she became annoying because she was trying to narc him out. Yeah. She became even more annoying. So I don't know. I feel like I could deal with those because she at no point was his life in danger other than the fact that she was going to possibly snitch on him. And, if she got nothing to snitch on me, she can talk shit to me all she fucking want. I'm still going to do what the fuck I want. I'm not threatened by her. So these other two women would probably shoot you in the fucking face, have you murdered, poison you, something.
So you went based on the life risk situation.
Yeah. I mean, life is pretty precious.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, agree. And they would fucking kill you.
Yeah.
So I
fair.
would not be able. I think Dave gave me some answers on these, so I could read those off.
Yeah. Well, what's Dave's choices here?
Okay,
Mr.
so
Rambo.
Dave agreed with you on Kill Janice, right?
I said marry Janice.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
said
Oh
Kill
no,
Janice.
no. He agreed with me on Kill Janice, probably for a lot of the same reasons. He said fuck Skyler because he doesn't want to deal with her ass, and marry Cersei. He did not give any reasons as to why he made those decisions.
Interesting.
Yeah, he would marry Cersei. Knowing Dave, it was probably purely on the fact that she's hot. He gave no thought to any of the murderous shit. So anyway. All right, so third question. We're flying through these. All right, I wanted to try to make this one hard. This is another series that we've been doing, right? So one movie stays. And this is the Brad Pitt edition. 7, Fight Club, Troy, Inglorious Bastards.
Only
one movie stays, one stays, the rest disappear forever. Which one are you picking?
I think I'm going to go Fight Club.
Wow, really? Fight Club?
It's the only, I mean, you know me, I'm not a big rewatcher of movies.
Yeah.
And I think of all of those movies, it's the only one that I have seen multiple times.
Nice. Same.
Yeah.
Except
the last one that you said, Inglorious Bastards. I think I may have seen that also multiple times, and really good movie. I think of that less as a Brad Pitt movie and more of a Quentin Tarantino movie that Brad Pitt just happens to be in. And
sure,
I would hate to lose that movie because of that, and such a stellar cast and such great acting across the board. However, I don't know. Fight Club is it's like there's something about that movie. It's I don't know if it was when I first watched it and realized what's going on, and there was so many little small pieces to it. Like I always still, or not anymore because everything is digital now, but after that movie for a long time, I would watch for the little burned circles in the top right corner of the theater. Like, oh, yep, that's when they're switching their film reels.
Yeah.
There's a lot of little things that I picked up from that movie, and just the art of the storytelling, right? When the big reveal comes and you're just like, ha ha ha, obviously now, even now, as I rewatched, I would still kind of look for clues early on, for new things to see, like to clue you in on how it was a split personality thing the whole time.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
I would have to agree with you. It's no surprise that Dave said Inglorious Bastards. He's a big Tarantino fan. So that was his choice. He didn't give any reasons other than I know he's a Tarantino fan.
I assume that's probably the reason why.
I mean, for me, the obvious one even though it was awesome when it came out, the bottom of the barrel one is going to be Troy, right? So dope, but I don't know. Those movies, those epic movies like that,
Troy
that and Gladiator.
A weird choice to even.
Troy was one of his bigger movies, but you're right.
Really?
Yeah, that was the obvious throwaway one.
Yeah.
Inglorious Bastards for me was a great movie, like you said, but I have to agree. Like it's even with all of the stuff, I think about it more like a Tarantino movie, and when I think of it, wouldn't have even been the one to survive the Tarantino, a Tarantino list.
Yeah.
For me, even though it was dope, it really came down between 7 and Fight Club for me. So, seven, because I enjoy those twisted types of movies, right? It runs it played the line of being thriller, horror, gore, like all of that, right? And the ending we didn't, at the time didn't see coming, and it was just like crazy. So that was up there for me. I had to go back and forth, but for all of the same reasons, I ended up at Fight Club.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Fight Club, my number one. Well, it was a twist. It was a twist. I love when things think outside of the box like that. No pun intended for 7.
I was just gonna say, I think 7 also fell outside the box.
No, they were thinking inside the box. But no, yeah, it to this day, like, people quote it. The first rule of Fight Club is we don't talk about Fight Club, right? So it's all that shit, the fighting and the concept of the fact that he had split personality this entire time. Of course he did.
Yeah.
Like, now that then you look back and you're like, fuck. See, this was the opposite of like The Sixth Sense, right? Where once you knew, it kind of ruined the movie for you.
Yeah. And
with Fight Club, like, once you knew, it just changed the perception of the movie,
and you just
and it made it that much better.
Yeah,
yeah, it made it that much better.
100%.
Whereas Sixth Sense, you find out that this happened, and now the whole fucking movie is like, it's unwatchable,
and
because
it's almost
you can see it
with Sixth Sense. It's like, you the very first time you catch the twist, you're like, oh shit, okay, and it was cool. And then you're like, I want to watch it again to see what I missed. And then you watch it the second time and you're like, oh, yeah, that's so obvious. Oh, that's so, like, all of the clues, quote unquote, and all the stuff that happens. And when you watch it the second time, you're like, oh, it's so obvious. And then there's no so real subsequent watches after that, because you're just like you said, it's ruined it from watching again. Whereas Fight Club, I feel like there's just so many layers to the twist that you're just like, oh, they did that so cool, and oh, that makes more sense now. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I have to agree with you on Fight Club.
Yeah,
and it's just a fucking great movie.
Very much movie. So.
Yeah,
very much. I saw it recently because it was one of the free movies on Apple TV Plus that they had recently, and I think I saw it on the Vision Pro, because I was just looking for something to watch on there that was in like the highest possible quality that they had. So I saw most of it. I don't know if I made it all the way through, or I skipped through different parts and whatnot. But yeah, it's the freshest in my mind. And it's probably like the 6th or 7th time that I've seen it, which, again, I don't really rewatch movies, so that says a lot. Yeah,
so I'm in agreement. Yeah, I love it.
Cool.
All right, that was all the questions. Feel like we ran right through that, right?
Yeah, well, there's only the two of us, and I'm too matter of fact today, apparently.
Oh man! All right, so then I guess let's get into some.
You know what it's time for. News clips.
Yes, let's talk news. Let's see.
He's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
No, never. I always have something to talk about, but whether or not it's entertaining enough, let's see. Something, I always like to poke fun at Donald Trump as much as I can.
Sure.
And something that there's a couple of things actually. I think this is between the last recording and today, when he had started selling a $65 Bible he was hawking to his people that I thought was just hilarious. Like, why is Donald Trump selling a Bible? And he's like, what does he know about the Bible? Anyways, and apparently it's like a Bible that has the Constitution and the words, the lyrics of God Bless the USA.
Who puts this shit together for this man?
I think this is the dude that wrote God Bless USA. It's actually his Bible, and then he like got Donald Trump to promote it or whatever. And I think a portion of the proceeds goes towards his campaign. I don't know, some shit like that. It's also just the same grifting bullshit. But that's that's not why I bring the dude up today. I bring him up because recently, it was announced that his social media app company, or the company that owns his social media app, Truth Social, I think it's called Donald Trump Media or some media and technology or some whack ass name like that.
Very creative.
Yeah, very extremely creative name. It's some weird shit where there's an acquisition company, a SPAC or whatever, that's how the website was supposed to originally go public, and I think they did do something with Donald Trump Media Company, and then most recently they decided to do it like a merger, and based on the amount of shares that Donald Trump owned of Truth Social, he became, like a big owner in the shares of this new merged company, and it somehow made him like I think he was like gained like $5 billion over the overnight, quote unquote. But it's like I heard that and I was like, how the fuck is he making so much money off of this? Like, all of this is because of Truth Social, like this whack ass app. Like, nobody uses this. I don't understand how is this. It seems like a Ponzi scheme to me, right? Like, it seems like and maybe Ponzi is the wrong scheme but it just like, who is investing in this whack ass app? It's not possible that they're making any money, right? But they recently posted their investment filings, and when they did so, the stock closed 21% lower. I think Donald Trump lost about $1 billion in value from his ownership stake, because the company basically. So they got like $300 million. They raised $300 million. They said that basically they would have shut the doors if they hadn't gotten acquired or did this merger to raise this money. They reported a net loss of about $60 million, and they had total revenue for the whole year of just $4 million. And by the way, it was pointed out somewhere on Twitter that the average Chick-fil-A makes about $8 million a year in revenue.
Jeez.
And this whole fucking website made less than $4.5 million in the whole year. And somehow it's worth billions of dollars.
Yep.
Is that not sketchy as fuck? Like, it sounds sketchy as hell to me.
It sounds very sketchy.
Yeah.
This news has to be pretty much just because someone asked him how much is this app worth? It's worth the most. It's worth about $5 billion. He's just talking out of his ass like he always fucking does.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Conservatives and fucking Trumpers are just taking L's left and right. And it's even more sad that he's probably going to be fucking president again. It's super fucking sad. Okay, so we just had Easter this past weekend, obviously. Yeah. Did you hear what the conservatives had their panties in a bunch over? Yeah.
Yes.
So apparently, for those of you who don't know, Sunday was Easter, and it happened to fall. What we know about Easter, right? It's on a Sunday every time, no particular day. And
it is a particular day. It's a pagan.
It's a particular
holiday.
day, but it's not a specific it is.
It's not a specific date.
It is
the first Sunday after the first full moon after the spring equinox.
Yes, very. This holiday wasn't stolen from the pagan holidays at all.
No, not at all.
But yeah. Anyway, so yes, so it's very specific, right? Very random what day it's going to land on the as the years go on.
Yeah.
But they figure that shit out. So this year, so Biden, decided to acknowledge the fact that it was transgender day of visibility.
Yes.
He acknowledged this, right? Because it just so happened that this day that has been around for about 15 years or so landed on Easter. And so, of course, conservatives...
March 31st, every year for the past 15
every year
years.
for the past 15 years has been Transgender Day of Visibility. And, President Biden came out and just, showed his support for that, for the day.
Acknowledged it alongside like 10 other things that were happening either that day or for the month of April.
Correct, because he's the president and he should support his. Yeah, that's what they do. Of course, so conservatives were in an uproar because Biden is supposedly trying to turn Easter into a transgender holiday, and fuck that, and this, that, and the third. It's Biden.
Disrespect to the establishment of the Easter or some shit like that.
Right.
Not only that, but also the fact, I don't know if you heard, but they banned the use of religious paintings on the Easter eggs that were parts of the Easter egg roll, as they have done since 1964 when the Easter egg roll came out. But of course, this year, it's attack on Christians.
It was, and it was all Biden. It was all Biden.
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
Joe Byron. Yeah, no, it's
these people, bro. I don't.
What's the next thing that these dudes are gonna get their panties in a bunch about? I mean, come on.
I'm a person. I don't follow politics. You know this, right?
That's
and
right,
it hasn't been since after fucking 2020 that I just can't ignore. And it's not even necessarily the politics, right? What keeps fucking with me is not even whether you're right or left or whatever. What fucks with me is the lack of just common sense and understanding of basic shit. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where someone would see something like this and not even look into it.
Yeah.
Right. And they just buy right into, oh, yup, it's Biden. It's Biden. The dumb I love when they ask fucking Trumpers like these questions and they fucking stump them.
Yeah.
Like how they think that Trump is still the president.
Trump's still the
So
president.
what do you? Yeah, Trump is still the president. He's still running things from behind the office, and then they'll ask him like, "Oh, so what do you think about the current state of economy?" Oh yeah, well Biden is
it's all Biden's fault. Yeah, he's fucking it up.
It's just
but I thought Trump was the president.
crashing but isn't? And then they look at him like, "What do you mean?" Like, no, Trump is the best. And yeah, but you just said
right
that he is the president still. He's still running things. So wouldn't it be his fault? No. It's Biden's
you don't
fault.
understand, you see.
Those are the best.
Yeah.
Those are the best because that is right there. That is right there. Like we've talked about it many times. I just try and I've been trying really hard to not judge people by those types of things. But sometimes it's really fucking hard. It's really hard.
It is.
I'm judging all of y'all. Even though I'm trying not to judge you. even though I'm trying not to judge you by looking at you like you're a fucking complete idiot, just know, even if I don't look at you like that, like, you know, it's just because my poker face has gotten so much better.
No, I completely believe that you're a moron.
Yeah,
Sorry.
exactly. Deep inside, I know that you are a complete idiot, and I'm going to change the subject right now.
Yeah, yeah. And actually, let us change the subject right now.
Go for it.
Yeah, moving on. How often? I mean, pretty much. At least I do. I'll just say, if I'm going on my computer or someone else's computer, rarely on someone else's, but even on my own, if I'm visiting any of our favorite sites, like, I don't know, X Videos, Pornhub, Spank Bank, etc. For you crazy folks, Celeb Jihad. Typically, you do so in a file new private browser. If you're a Chrome user, you do this in a file new incognito window. And you just assume that means that you are privately browsing the web, right? No one's keeping track. That's kind of what incognito means, right? I think we talked about this before, but there is a lawsuit against Google, who's been accused of illegally tracking the behavior of people in incognito mode. Yes, they were still capturing all of your data and then selling ads against it, even when you were incognito mode. The only thing incognito mode was doing was not keeping it as a part of your search history on your local computer. But don't get it wrong. Google must know everything that you're doing on the internet if you're using their browser, which is why I never motherfucking use Chrome other than to record this podcast. But Lord knows if StreamYard let us not use Chrome, I would not be using Chrome. Yeah. I guess Google has agreed to destroy the browsing data collected in incognito mode as part of its proposed settlement. Let's see, the proposal is valued at $5 billion in this class action lawsuit against Google. And they believe that they've settled the lawsuit, but let's see. Though the plaintiffs valued the proposal at $5 billion, they are receiving $0. The settlement does not include damages for the class, but individuals can file claims. They were still collecting associated data in incognito mode.
Yeah, I never assumed that they were not collecting that data. Pretty much, like, I don't know. I never assumed that. Incognito mode. Yeah, I trust no one. So incognito mode, private browser, pretty much the only real reason why I use it is so that, someone who opens up my phone, if they decide to, or my computer, doesn't just open it up to, pages of porn. Like, that's it.
Multiple.
Right. And the best thing that Apple did was, add the feature of when you open it, it scans your face to make sure.
Oh, on the phone. Yes.
Yeah, on the phone. I've been, it never happened and it probably never would, but I've been trying to, at work, I've been trying to vouch for, like, hey, I should probably get like a work safe device for me to use when I'm, speaking face to face with customers, because I have to pull out my actual phone and look up certain things.
Yeah.
And on the, off chance that I possibly do that, is he go, oh shit, did I forget to close that? Like that is my worst fucking nightmare.
Right.
To do that.
So
And, you know.
funny story. That happened to me once.
Nice.
I was traveling for my job. I was in a training session, and luckily, small group of people. Like when I say small, like there was maybe 5 people in the room. And I was talking about something, can't remember what it was, and someone, you know, and usually I just go, and when I was doing this, I would just go through a presentation, you know, a slideshow presentation and whatnot, and as I talk through things, and then someone asked a question about, you know, using the browser on an iPad and what that was like. Could you do a specific thing? And I was like, yeah, you could do that. Let me show you. And I just quickly like alt-tabbed to Safari, and when it opened up, it was like on some X videos page. And thankfully, whoever the manager was that was in the room was engaged with me talking. And I was like kind of off to the side, and the big TV was like to the side of me, but definitely I know at least one person in the room saw it because their eyes opened up big, and I quickly like Command W'd and closed the window, and then I opened up a new window, and nobody called me out on it. At least I never got in trouble. I was fucking shook, bro.
Yeah.
Because I'm talking about, it wasn't on my phone, man. I'm talking about a 65-inch television with the X videos browser. Yeah, that was not a happy day in Johnny.
Yeah,
must
luckily
have smoked
you
the fattest blunt when I left that place.
Luckily you had those commands on deck.
Yeah, my keyboard shortcuts. I'm all over keyboard shortcuts for quick.
Yeah, I just started learning some of those. Because I was not the keyboard shortcut guy.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm still just like, it's Command Control Q, like very much that. It's not instinctual just yet.
Oh man, I know them like the back of my hand. Thankfully, that helped in that situation because I was super quick. Oh no, I was hoping they just kept talking to me, but I definitely looked over their shoulder and saw somebody's eyes bug out for a second.
We talked about it though. I don't watch porn on my laptop, so.
Yeah, I don't think I have
very
a device
very rarely
with a screen that has not seen a pair of titties on it.
Yeah. No, I mean I'm sure I have, but I don't do it frequently enough to just keep a window open.
Oh yeah, see, no,
in
that's
a private
actual.
browser.
So I think the problem is what you mentioned earlier when Apple introduced the ability to hide all of those private tabs with either Touch ID or Face ID or whatever.
Sure.
So yeah, I just have a private window, or so in mobile it's like a section or whatever, a group of windows that you need to use your Face ID for, and then on the laptop I just have like a window that's minimized always in the corner. That's just like, I don't know, 15 private tabs inside of there. It's a whole private window with just private tabs inside of it. Anyone can click on it. They won't be able to see anything if they don't have my fingerprint.
Yeah, but when you're actively showing someone something.
At least, at least with that. So I think, so what happened at the time was that didn't exist. Like private windows were just
okay.
They were just open. If you switched over to the private window, it would be open. I think the way that it works now is after like a few minutes of inactivity, it kind of locks it out, and you have to either, when you switch over to that window by mistake, it'll just show private tab, and then you can just, and it's all grayed out and whatnot, and you can minimize it again or whatnot. It won't show anything until you put your finger on the Touch ID, but if you're doing it on your phone and you open up Safari and it's still on an old private window, it will immediately scan your face and unlock that shit and show it to someone.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely be careful with that. Or if you want to just be sure when you show someone something on your phone and you're unsure what's the last thing you were looking at, put your finger over the Face ID sensors and then open Safari.
Yeah, I have this thing of when I'm doing it, I look away and point it up.
yeah.
So that if it does it, stop it.
Very similar.
Go to a regular. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have it set for that too, where I have to actively be engaging with it and looking at it for it to open it. Like it detects my eyes too. You can tell I have trust issues.
Word.
Yeah. So, but anyway, yeah, I don't do that. I don't. That's that would be a very bad look.
Word. Let's see. You got another story there?
I do. Something that just popped up. So apparently Kanye West is being sued for workplace abuse. Have you heard this whole thing? So it was this is from Rolling Stone. An employee claims that Ye threatened him by saying, "I'm going to punch you in the face," before abruptly changing tone, mimicking Super Mario's victory dance and saying, "I'm going to give you one more chance, another life." Right? Because it's fucking Ye. He's fucking weird as fuck.
Oh my God. What a weirdo.
Supposedly, Ye went on a rant about Hitler's greatness and said the Holocaust. Yes. And said the Holocaust was fake, and had staff members come to the meeting room to watch the Batman on mute in silence. Very odd.
What?
Yeah, it's Kanye. He told employees that if they got fat, they would get fired.
What about him?
Huh?
Well,
what about him? Right? No, he probably
exempt.
doesn't even think he's fat. Yeah. At his Donda Academy, he allegedly wanted to introduce a jail where kids would be locked in cages.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And he threatened to go after the LGBTQ plus community next because, quote, gay people are controlled by Bill Gates so that they don't have children for population control, unquote. Yeah.
There's a lot to unpack there.
There's a shit ton to unpack. So Kanye, I mean, it's no secret, right? He's fucking insane.
Yes.
And he has this thing where he disappears for a while. He comes back and we think like, oh, maybe the old Kanye's back. Like he's got some sense. And then it's only a matter of time before he fucking goes off the rails again.
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel bad for him. I'm borderline kind of on the conspiracy theory that that's not Kanye anymore. They cloned him.
They cloned Kanye like they cloned Tyrone?
Yeah, they cloned Kanye.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know what to say there. He's not on the spectrum, right? Like, has that been confirmed?
No, he's bipolar.
That's just bipolar.
Yeah.
I don't think that's enough to claim to give him a pass on ridiculousness.
No, I mean, he gets no pass. Obviously, I don't actually believe that he was cloned, but when you look at him, he just looks so fucking completely different now.
Yeah.
He's obviously just like let go. And by that, I don't just mean like the fact that he gained weight or anything like that. I mean, yes, he has gained weight, but he has just let go of reality of just, he is 100% just in his own fucking element of saying whatever the fuck he wants and doing whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's not on a sense like, like Cat Williams, right? Where they're exposing shit. Yes. I mean, he's saying some shit, But this motherfucker is just going straight off the fucking rails, right? It's not like he's just exposing. Some people try to talk about it like, oh yeah, how they make Kanye look crazy because he's exposing shit. Like, no, Kanye is doing a great job of making himself look fucking crazy by saying some wild shit. He's not exposing anything. He made, a broken clock is, right twice a day. So he may hit certain things on the head, like some small things where some people are just like, he kind of made sense when he said that. But everything fucking else is just like completely bonkers.
Right. Sure. A broken clock is right twice a day, right?
Yep, exactly. He
has his moments, but nah.
Yeah, I mean, he's been praising Hitler for some time now, which is just insane.
It's a surprise how often it's like. I can understand being like fooled or having the wool pulled over your eyes, once or twice because of like specific anecdotes that people like call out, and you're like, oh yeah, because I mean, in a very wrong way, yes, you can say that Hitler was a genius, right? Like he was smarter than the average person and figured out how to do certain things to control folks.
Sure.
Okay. But those are not things to be celebrated.
No.
Right? Especially when you use it for the wrong purposes.
And then you throw in there the Holocaust is fake.
Yeah, and then it just goes. You continue, right? You continue going down that path. There's. I got nothing positive to say about the
Nothing.
Yeah.
Fuck Kanye, man.
Yeah. There's no. There's no 808 that he can drop again that is gonna make me support.
Do you think are you for the thought and accusation that his wife is doing all of the things that she does against her will?
Fuck do I know? Maybe.
Oh, come on, man. Be fun. Speculate here, okay?
I don't know. Probably. It wouldn't surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise me either.
Yeah.
Some girl who's looking to come up so far as much as that she, she kind of looks like.
I mean,
Kim
what does that
K,
even
so
mean?
She leans
doing
into
things
that
against her will. Like, does anybody want to do the things that he asks of them? No.
No.
And some do it for the clout, for the fame, for the access.
Yeah. Well, that's my point. That's what I was trying to explain. Is the fact that
forcefully making her like in an abusive way?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think from that perspective, no.
I think
mean,
the people that start those, stories, that's the implication, right? Is that he's
it's just
abusing her into doing these things, and
the way that
maybe she's a willing participant.
I'm sure she's a willing participant, but the just the awkwardness of and like. So his personality is very in your fucking face, right? And he got himself some girl that looked like fucking Kim K, but that he can actually manipulate and control and like,
weird.
have her do the things, because he couldn't do that shit with her. She's way too fucking powerful, and she's she has her own fucking brand. So she was way more worried about her look, her brand. Her mom is a fucking a fucking businesswoman extraordinaire. They weren't having that shit. Yeah. So he got somebody that looked similar to her, who was actual model, and, leaned into the fact that she looked like Kim K, got with Kim K's, ex-husband and shit, but she has no pull. Nobody knows her other than the fact that she was the random girl that looked like Kim K that married Kanye after the fucking fact. So at that point, it's like, obviously her life financially is probably much better than it was prior to this.
Yeah.
going on. But now she's in it for the ride now, right? She has no pull. So
she's got to do it.
I've never heard her say a fucking word. And it's the things that he does, like the photos that he has her take for Ye, where she's pretty much wearing like suspenders and like nothing else. Yeah. Like they just seem like very odd things. And I think that's what sparked, what's
he's an odd dude.
In that
he's
conversation.
Literally out here selling socks with soles on them as if they're transcendent.
Oh, son, I bought a pair.
You would have.
No, I would not.
Weren't they selling for like $5 or some shit?
No, they're $20. His whole site is selling everything is $20 on his site. The funny shit is Craig from When Boredom Strikes. Shout out to Craig.
Yeah.
And shout out to When Boredom Strikes.
Yeah.
Craig did buy a pair prior to the price dropping.
Oh.
He was just like, fuck it, I'm going for it, right? And then it was like 2 weeks later, the price dropped to $20. and I hit him up and I was like, yo, how do you feel about this? He's like, oh, I'm fucking sick, bro. But nah, they ended up.
How much were they?
It was like $200.
Oh, for a fucking pair of socks?
For a pair of socks with soles. Some ninja shoes.
I mean, I could. Then I can't. I was gonna say maybe I could see using them as like house slippers, but
yeah,
you gotta wear them at the gym. You can't like slip them. Like they're not slippers. You gotta wear them the whole fucking time. You can't take them off. I don't know.
I guess the concept behind it was so that you could, if you ever needed to, you can have them in your pocket. And and they would fit in your pocket. They fold into.
When do I ever need to take my shoes on and off like that?
Who the fuck knows? This is Kanye.
Yeah,
I mean, he probably had the experience one time. Like right now, it'd be good to have a pair of shoes in my pocket because then I wouldn't be in the situation I'm in right now. And then so he comes up with this stupid ass fucking concept.
That sounds about right.
But anyway, he bought it. Luckily for Craig, they did they did give him the difference back.
Oh, so, okay.
Yeah.
Good on them.
And it was like 2 months before he got up. It was a long time before he actually got the fucking pair. He recently got them, and I hit him. I was like, so what if they didn't refund you that money? How would you feel about this purchase? He was like, oh, I'd be so fucking pissed right now.
Bro, that would happen.
If I paid $200, no, I just asked him. I'm like, for just the quality of this shoe, quote unquote, shoe sock thing.
Yeah.
Like if you paid $200 and this is what you got, how would you have felt about that purchase? He was like, oh, I'd be sick. Oh man. But anyway.
Yeah.
Kanye's fucking nuts.
It's tough.
Whatever. In other news, I don't know if you have anything else. Did you hear the news that fucking Lizzo quit?
Yes, that's right. I wanted to talk about that.
Yeah. So
Lizzo quit
she
the
came
music
out
business because
she came out.
Keep comparing her to an unattractive. Nothing. I was just constant drilling. And she didn't think people would constantly compare her to what she wears and does.
I don't think it had to do with that. I mean, this all comes from a post that she put up that says, "I'm getting tired of putting up with people being dragged by everyone in my life and on the internet. All I want to do is make music, make people happy. Starting to feel like the world doesn't want me in it. I'm constantly up against lies. Being the butt of the joke every single time because of how I look, blah, blah, blah." Yeah. And then she said, "I didn't sign up for this shit. I quit." Right? Cool. Like that was her thing. A lot of people, stood up, clapped, rejoiced at the fact that we probably would not be listening to another fucking Lizzo song, which was probably solidified anyway. So today, I read an article that where she says, Lizzo clarified that she's not quitting music. She's just done feeding negative energy.
Yeah.
It's like, no, yeah, she backtracked.
I had a feeling
hard.
Honestly, I had a feeling when I saw that it wasn't a statement of it was just the way that it was worded, and it ended with "I quit" and that was it, because it was just like a thing on her story. It just sounded like she was saying like, "I quit," like I'm not posting on social media anymore, or like I quit feeding into your guys's storylines about me. I'm not partaking
this is a full-on
in
post.
Like that's how I even though everyone was saying, Lizzo quits the music business, I was like, if that was really her saying I'm done and I'm, basically retiring my career, I feel like there would have been a more dramatically dragged out statement than just this little tiny thing about her complaining about what she signed up for and being a celebrity.
You know what this actually is, right?
She's got a new album called "I Quit" coming out.
No, it's just another way to keep herself relevant, right? She throws some this shit up there, right? Her entire career, people are talking about her weight. Never bothered her before.
Yeah,
right. She has these legal troubles.
Like she made it a thing.
Yeah, she has these legal troubles where people are trying to assassinate her character and shit because of she's trying to force people to fuck bananas and shit. So now she stood quiet for months. Like, you haven't heard anything. Randomly now she puts this out, right? A lot of obvious statements. I quit. Has to end it on the I quit, because that right there is what makes the headline. Everyone is Lizzo quits, Lizzo quits, Lizzo quits. And then she lets that rock for, I don't know, a few days before going, no, I'm not quitting the music business. But she got people talking. Wouldn't surprise me. I don't know if she has an album coming out. I mean, that wouldn't surprise me. And it wouldn't surprise me if she just, if something else comes up where she just randomly says something
She's
that
gonna be in something. She's gonna be in another episode of Star Wars or some shit.
I don't know if it's gonna be some shit like that. Possibly,
no, definitely not.
I mean, no.
But she's trying to, like you said, trying to keep herself relevant because something is gonna be promoted soon.
Because nowadays, man, people's attention spans are very fucking small.
Yes.
Like very short, even like Kanye. Whereas at one point, the shit that he did, no one would be talking about Kanye right now. It'd be a fucking mess.
Yeah.
But now even, even negative press is good press for you.
That's fair.
So her saying I quit was just the thing to get people, to make her name the headline. Because chances are she probably does have something in the works.
Definitely. I feel like there's something behind that. I didn't like the way it was worded.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, I was hoping that she did quit. I don't give a shit about her music.
I mean, it's I could care less.
I was really hoping that she quit the fucking flute so that we don't have to hear her at interviews playing fucking flute.
That's actually kind of weird and hilarious. I've heard of it. I did not know she actually played the flute in certain places.
Yeah.
But yeah.
She'll be walking at award shows, right? Walking up and down, like down the award shows, and she's playing the flute the entire time, like going throughout the fucking award show.
Okay.
Yeah, very, very, very fucking weird.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. So that was some news.
Some news.
Yeah. All right, you got anything else?
No, that's what I got.
Cool. Looks like we might keep this a tight 2. I don't have a whole lot of Hollywood because, we've been saying that for a little while now. Hollywood, a lot of the Hollywood talk has been Marvel for so long, and just with everything going on with the writer's strike and everything, not a lot has really been announced, but
really,
I'm happy to talk about the few things that I do have on here. So let's do it. Hollywood. Yeah, man. First and foremost, rest in peace to Louis Gossett Jr.
That's right.
Who passed away. He's extremely famous. He was actually the first black man to win Best Supporting Actor at the Oscars. Oh. So rest in peace to Louis Gossett Jr. Also, rest in peace to Chance.
I always think of Iron Eagle when I think of Louis Gossett Jr.
Yeah, Iron Eagle. Wow, I forgot about that.
That was always I think maybe that's the first thing I saw him in. Because I think he was in Predator, right?
I don't believe he was in Predator.
Maybe not.
No, it was.
I know he was in other stuff that I've seen in that same kind of like timeline.
Predator
films.
was in Predator. It was the guy that played Chubbs, fucking Apollo Creed.
Oh, okay, yeah. Who also just recently passed away.
Correct.
Yeah, no, but regardless, like that's usually the thing that I remember and think of him for. I guess he was in Roots as a young kid. But he was. An Officer and a Gentleman, those are his big things. But Iron Eagle is always the one that I remember him for, and I always think of him for.
One of the most recent ones we'd probably remember him from is Watchmen, the series.
That's right. Yes, he was in Watchmen.
Yeah. So rest in peace to him. Also, rest in peace to Chance Perdomo from Gen V.
Yeah, that was some wild ass news. What was it? Motorcycle accident?
It was a motorcycle accident. It says one vehicle motorcycle accident, which means he probably struck something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
that's even
probably lost control.
I mean, that's, I guess, negligence. I don't know. That's why I don't fuck with motorcycles. I remember my boy, and I'll never forget. Like, this was maybe younger years, not that young. I was maybe 22 at this point in time. But one of my boys in college, I knew him for at least 2 years. I went to school with him in Nazareth. He was, promising dude, pre-med, smart ass motherfucker, pretty boy, always got the girls. He also was big into biking, and on all by himself, riding down the 590, hit a seam, going slightly too fast. He wasn't like whiling, I don't think, from at least from what I remember hearing the story. Like, he wasn't like, flying 88, in a 55 or anything. I think he was maybe going like 65, hit a seam on the highway, bike spun out on him, ended up losing one leg and going blind.
Jeez.
And that shit, I immediately at that point in my, and this was a dude that biked pretty often. Like, he wasn't a newbie novice or anything. He wasn't a novice. Yeah, like he knew how to ride these quote unquote crotch rockets or whatever the fuck people call them, speed bikes.
Yeah.
And that immediately turned me off forever. No matter how dope people look doing wheelies down the street and shit like that. It never crossed my mind to even want to test drive one or jump on one just to do anything. Nah, I'm good, bro. I like my life and my body. And as cool as it feels, and I can imagine, that feeling of just flying down the road, wind in your hair, feeling free. Yeah, not worth more than my life.
My dad had like three accidents when I was young.
Crazy.
So, but in his case, it was always someone else.
But that's the thing.
Like
You
he's going down the road, somebody pulls out
yeah.
of a parking spot, and
That's what makes the damn thing so dangerous. It doesn't matter if it's your fault or somebody else's fault. There's any accident is life risking.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I've seen some crazy ones online. Anyway, we ain't got to get into that, man. Rest in peace to the young man. He was only like 27.
That's so unfortunate.
I want to say.
Yeah, I think 27.
Yeah. And he was starting his career. Yep. Starting his career on Gen V.
Yeah.
So obviously that
he was on Gen V. He was on something else too. I can't remember what, but I saw it kind of highlighted and I was like, "Oh. Yeah."
Let's see. Cuz I don't remember him.
It wasn't something big, but kind of
no, I don't know. Happily Ever After? Or no, that's not it. The Cipher? I don't know. I don't see any of these being anything crazy. But anyway, yeah. So he was on Gen V, and that obviously was starting to take off, and obviously that is going to delay production. Because that is, they were weeks away from principal photography on the next season, and obviously that's been put on hold. So rest in peace to the young man. Let's see. So all right,
The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. That's the other one he was in.
Chilling Adventures. Oh. Is that the Teenage Witch?
Yeah, the Sabrina
spin-off,
Teenage Witch
remake?
kind of rebirth or whatever. Where they try to make it a little more spooky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, they let's see. There are rumors that Sam Raimi may be helming maybe directing Avengers Secret Wars. He has shot that down, saying they've never reached out to me. I would love to do it, but they haven't shot down. But my question is like, do you think that with the way that Multiverse of Madness, I enjoyed it. It wasn't a perfect movie. It definitely has a lot of, scrutiny. A lot of people, are dissecting it. They didn't like some choices there. But that could be a Marvel situation other than Raimi. But do you think that Multiverse of Madness was good enough that you would be cool with them taking
Secret Wars?
Taking over, Avengers Secret Wars, one of the Avengers movies that are like going to be culminating, like bringing everyone together.
I don't know. As you led into it, it was teased on, based on Multiverse of Madness, would you want him to do Secret Wars? I did not like Multiverse of Madness.
No, I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. I don't know if that was because I was starving for content at the time, or was there continuity stuff? Did they kind of get billed as being scarier than it was actually ended up being? Yes and yes. But I thought overall it was a decent Marvel movie. I don't know. I don't go into Marvel movies like expecting so much because I know that they're comic book movies. I think really only the lead up into what ended up being, Infinity War and Endgame towards the end is when things started getting kind of really dope and crazy, right? And we started like building into, oh man, this is gonna be amazing. But like, even prior to that, like the first Avengers and the second Avengers, they're just popcorn movies to me. Like they're fun, they're adventurous, they're exciting. There's cool action scenes. I'm not just like like it was like almost post Endgame is when the super deep into, you know, WandaVision and all the stuff that's happening there, and how does that affect, and, you know, like that's when, yeah. So anyways, Sam Raimi himself, and how Multiverse of Madness turned out, you know, could there be better options? Yes, let's just say that. I think there could be better options. But if they did land on him, I'm not immediately just dismissing it and just being like he'll do a terrible job. But also based on the last few months, or the last few years rather, of what Marvel has been putting out, I doubt that they would go after him because, you know, I think they would get some bad reaction from fans if that's who they chose.
Sure. I would agree with that, and that's what made me even ask the question. Right? Is like, the only real movies that he did that weren't like horror-esque, and I'm talking about like, you know, famous movies. You know, the ones that were successful are gonna be like Oz the Great and Powerful, and the Spider-Man movies. Everything else had an element of horror to it.
Yeah.
Now, so is this movie, not to say that he can't make a movie that isn't horror-esque, right? But
yeah,
his, you know, I mean, his resume seems to lean more towards that. That's where he shines.
That's where he shines.
Yeah, that's what he's known for. So I don't know. I just feel like when it comes to the Avengers movies, it's more, like you said, popcorn flick, action packed, right? We're bringing everyone together. All of the different Avengers are coming together for this to battle this one. And when I think of the Avengers, I think of the Russo brothers, right? Which they were amazing when it came to the action sequences.
Yeah.
And I would love for the director to be on par with that, right? Making everything swing together perfectly. And I don't know.
They would come back?
Probably. I don't know. It's tough to say. I don't know if I think they're done. Like, they want to make their name outside of that shit. But if the price is right, who wouldn't?
Yeah.
And I think they'll be wanting a lot.
I think that's what I would like to see.
For the Russo brothers to come back?
For something like Secret Wars.
Yeah, that would be great.
It would have, and to be fair, like, I didn't really know them beforehand.
No,
and
they did Falcon. They did Falcon. Jeez, Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
And that was one of the better ones. But before that, I never really knew them. Right?
I didn't know who they were.
So, I'm also open to giving someone else a good fucking shot. You know.
Yeah,
and proving their worth. And I'm also open to like some other Marvel movie happening between Secret Wars and now that gives this person that shot. They prove themselves on that flick, and then they get to helm Secret Wars.
I would agree with that, but we're talking about Marvel, who has been under a lot of fucking fire for the fact that their shit lacks quality.
Yeah, but you know, Bobby wasn't around. Bobby walked away, and you know, now that he's back, I think he will. He'll rein in Mr. Feige, and
while I agree with that, while I do agree with that, I think that they kind of want to maybe come back to things that are a little bit familiar so that they can regain the trust.
Okay.
I'm thinking it wouldn't surprise me if things like that. I mean, there are some certain rumors and stuff going about, you know, possible, you know, them asking some old people to return and blah, blah, blah. Who knows if that shit is real? I don't know.
Uh-huh.
But it wouldn't surprise me. It honestly would not surprise me if they brought them back for that, just so that, you know, we can have some familiarity and some hits.
Right.
And prior to that, they did Arrested Development. What else was it? You, Me, and Dupree.
You, Me, and Dupree.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. And a few other movies. And then they started with Captain America: Winter Soldier. That was like their first action joint. And did Agent Carter, Community. And then went Captain America: Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame, and then Cherry, the Gray Man. So like that pretty much started their, like, really jump started their career.
Okay.
Yeah. I hope they do bring back the Russo brothers. Honestly, I would love for that to be the thing. The first trailer, huh?
I wouldn't be mad.
No, I don't think anyone would. So they announced that the Joker 2's first trailer is going to drop April 9th. They released a new poster.
Shit, that's this week.
Yeah, they released a new poster, and it on IG, and they included that with an audio snippet of Lady Gaga speaking, you know, as Harley.
Oh boy.
Yeah, well, she just sounded like Lady Gaga. She didn't do the whole Mr. J and all that, you know, that like the accent. She didn't have any of that. But like sounds dope. Yeah, okay. that whole accent, whatever accent she puts on.
Typically, yeah. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, no, I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm great with that.
I don't know what I'm
expecting
out of this. I almost have no expectations.
Yeah, I don't have any expectations either. They've already come out and said that. I forgot what they referred to it as, but you know, when it comes to the musical aspect of it, it's going to be songs that we know. It's going to be songs from like 70s, 80s, like, you know, just familiar songs. It's not going to be like brand new songs.
So it's not going to be an actual musical.
No.
That's where I'm hesitant. In that I don't personally feel that it will be a traditional musical in the musical sense. No. But it would be almost like what's the shit with the Shallows? The movie that she was in with Brad Cooper, right?
Yeah.
Rockstar or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
That I guess is kind of like a musical, right?
Sure.
They sing a lot of songs in the movie.
Yep.
But it's not a musical in like the story is told through song and dance. And when they announced that the Joker 2 would be a musical, mm-hmm. I was like, there's no fucking way it's going to be a traditional musical. Like, it's going to be a movie that contains music. This makes me feel like verified in what I felt there, but I guess we'll see. April 9th, that is next week. Next week, Tuesday, yeah. Right? I think. I believe so. A week from today as we record. So next time we record, we should have. Let's see. No, actually, it's this Saturday. No, wait, no, that's March.
Jesus Christ,
fucking month. Yeah, next Tuesday. So next time we record. Next week, we'll have all seen the new trailer and we'll be able to make some comments about it.
Nice. Jukebox musical is what they're referring to it as. No original songs are expected to be in this movie.
Is that like what was that Tom Cruise musical that they did all like 80s rock?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I've never seen it. So
I actually seen a play version, like the actual musical live.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
It was fun because I like the 80s music, right? Because it's I guess I didn't know that was a term, but a jukebox musical, right? It's all songs you can sing along to.
Yeah.
It's like when I mean, not a like for like comparison, but you know, when I seen the Michael Jackson musical, right? It's like, oh, all the songs are like Michael Jackson songs. Of course, I'm going to sing along to those, right? Like, or in my head at least, not like out loud, like we're in the shower or some shit. But like, you know, I'm vibing along to it, right? And so that hairband, damn, what the fuck was that called? That Broadway musical motherfucker, Broadway musical, 80s hair band. Rock of Ages, that's the one.
Rock of Ages.
Yeah.
I just got it too.
It was all, you know, here I go again on my own, like just all that 80s hairband shit that I was too young to truly enjoy at the time, but came of age around that time. And yeah, it's like fun, reminiscent shit. So I enjoy that musical. The storyline sucks; it's corny as fuck, but it's just fun because it's just like I'm not trying to hear someone do and do these wild ass shit. It's not as good as Hamilton, right? They ain't spitting bars or anything. But it's basically bars. You know, it's like a big ass karaoke movie.
Oh man, I didn't even know that. I didn't even. I'm looking at Tom Cruise's stuff, trying to find that answer, and they're doing Live, Die, Repeat, and Repeat.
Oh,
yeah, so that's awesome. I'd be down for that. I like Live, Die, Repeat was actually
that was a great movie. So
yeah, love it. Still do.
I mean, I'm still a little. What did I seen somebody post recently, like a photo of them filming the next Mission Impossible. And they were like, here's a live shot of Tom Cruise live on the set of Mission Impossible 8 or whatever. They were like, I'm starting to think these missions are not so impossible.
Yeah, they're not that impossible. He gets to the end of it by the end of the movie, so
yeah,
not that impossible.
Pretty sure he's going to survive. We've talked a lot about resurgence of I don't think we actually mentioned it on last week's episode because I think it came out right after we recorded, and maybe you're gonna talk about it now. But the Face Off 2, that's forthcoming. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't think we need a Live, Die, Repeat, and I don't think we need a Face Off 2.
Live, Die, Repeat. I'm okay with because. Just Tom Cruise, man. Every time I count him out, the fucking movie ends up fucking like really fucking hard. Now, Face Off 2, the one thing that made it amazing back then was John Woo, right? He's not back to direct the sequel, the rumored sequel.
Okay.
And both Nicolas Cage and John Travolta are not in the best parts of their career.
No.
So that is another reason why this is not going to work. So yeah.
If anything, I would rather it was nothing to do with Nicolas Cage and John Travolta, or rather they were not in the movies, like they were.
Yeah, nope, and they're both attached.
They were, maybe if they were attached, like they're just the old gangsters.
Didn't one of them die in it? I'm pretty sure it was Nicolas Cage.
I can't remember.
I don't know.
I can't remember if he died, but
I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah, like I would like to see them
maybe
work. Like in 5 scenes each. But someone else be the star.
I would like to not see them at all, and maybe a remake. But even then, it's like, just leave it alone.
It's like, why is Will Smith and Martin Lawrence making another Bad Boy movie? No, thank you.
The third one wasn't great.
No, it wasn't. It was. I looked forward to it because it was nostalgic. And it had been a long time, and we were like, maybe this will be.
But it was a lot of old guy jokes.
But then, then it was just meh.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to do a 4. I don't know who's producing this and thinks that
Probably
they're
made
gonna,
some money, and that's it. That's really
but
the
it
only
won't.
real
That's,
incentive.
did part
No,
3
I
make
meant
money?
the last one made some money.
Did it?
I don't know.
Let's check Box Office Mojo on that. It's possible that it did because I feel like it was before the pandemic, and so let's see, Bad Boys 3, Bad
made
Boys
an
for
estimated
Life. It was
426 million.
426. Budget was
Worldwide.
90 million. That
They
doesn't
made
include
426
marketing.
worldwide. So
They probably broke even.
it was. I think it's their most successful one.
But it's still probably broke even.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, it's 426 worldwide, and the budget was 90 million. That doesn't include marketing. Like, there's no way that.
I'm still thinking that they made way more. There's no way that they made or that they spent 90 million to make it, and then their budget was for marketing was 300 million.
Possibly.
They made a profit,
I'm sure. Yeah, they probably made some profit.
and that's all they care about.
I don't think
They didn't break
it's
even.
Not like
They made a
the
profit.
original Bad Boys had a $19 million budget that made 140 million worldwide.
Sure.
That's a much bigger come up. And that second one actually doesn't even look like they did so well. I thought that was a more popular movie, but
that was a good one.
that budget was 130 million and they only made 273 worldwide. They didn't even double their money. Ooh, that's interesting.
They still decided to make a third one.
And
years and
maybe,
years
well,
and years
maybe that's
later.
why they didn't make a third one immediately.
Yeah. No, that's facts.
Oh, anyways.
That's all I had though. You have anything recently that you've been fucking with that you saw or anything?
The only thing I've been fucking with, I said last week, was the 3-body problem. I'm still on it. It's gotten fucking crazy. I will say
I gotta watch that.
it has stepped up the game. The last episode I think, which was episode maybe 7 that I seen, either 6 or 7. I was kind of like, it was a little bit of a filler. But the episode right before that, it was like, holy shit, they went. And they dropped a lot of knowledge too, like kind of the whole like, this is why everything is happening.
Okay.
You get all of that, and I'm just like, oh shit, yeah. Yeah, I'm fucking with that pretty heavy. And so I'm hoping to be able to finish that sooner rather than later.
Nice.
And what else? I haven't heard. I was thinking maybe I would check out the Ghostbusters, but nah, I heard nothing but terrible things about it.
I started it on the Plex, but it wasn't. It was a telesync, so I was like,
fuck that.
No, I'm good on that. Yeah,
I don't
I'm
even
good on
want to
that.
know whose Plex is hosting telesyncs.
Yep. It's been happening more and more often.
Ugh.
But anyway,
No, thank you.
yeah, no thank you on that. But yeah, I've only been fucking with Dark Matter. I'm listening to the audiobook for Dark Matter in preparation for the
baby.
Apple TV Plus show.
That's coming out soon, right?
I want to say so.
I think it's in April.
Let me see. Dark Matter. Jennifer Connelly. That drops in. I don't see
May 8th.
anything.
May 8th.
Oh, May 8th, yes. So can't wait for that. Looking forward to it now that I'm listening to it.
Yeah. It's a good story, right? I think it's. I do agree with you. I mean, no spoilers really here, but I do agree that there. And I think based off of the description, if you look at the description for the TV show, you'll get a same vibe. I do agree that it has a tinge to the Total Recall kind of storyline.
Sure.
As far as you're fighting against yourself, and someone else that kind of did. Yourself is who put you in this situation that you're currently in. That's part of the description of the whole story. So, but in a better way because it's multiversal, and I think the multiversal aspect of it, as well as the machine that gets you access to the multiverse, I think is pretty fucking cool. And the way it's described, at least in the book, on when you enter the machine and how all of that kind of experience part of it is, all that shit is, it's fucking awesome. I don't know how far you're into the storyline, but
I'm like in is it chapters on audiobooks? But yeah, I'm like chapter 6 on the audiobook.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm still I'm still in the beginning. Let's see. They're doing another Snowpiercer. Anyway, no. So yeah, I'm doing that. I'm watching that or listening to that in preparation for this show. So I can't wait for that. What else have I seen? I finished. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, which was awesome. That was a great finale.
I think I might give that a shot.
Yeah, that was a great
Hulu,
great finale.
Right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give that away, but I just
it was good. You fucked with it.
Yeah. I fucked with that. It was that last episode was just like, oh, okay, like So anyway,
I'll fuck with that. I'll add it to the list. I won't sleep on that one.
I felt like I finished another show. And I just can't remember. I saw another.
I've been watching Invincible as the second part of the second season has dropped. I think I seen episode 7 came out recently. It's a little bit sad. It's a little depressing this season.
I don't know. I just got through the first episode of this season, so I'm gonna keep that one going. Yeah,
and more depressing is that Amazon Prime now has commercials on their regular package, and it takes a 32-minute show and turns it into I feel like it's almost an hour that I'm watching. Maybe it's a 38-minute show of actual content, right? But with all the commercial breaks and the repeated commercials, I feel like it takes me almost an hour to get through an episode of Invincible.
It's terrible, man. And then the ads are the same fucking ads.
It's so annoying.
Sometimes you'll get the same ad back to back.
It's so annoying. I'm not a fan, and I don't want to pay Amazon more money. But I'm almost, and I think I said this before, I'm pretty sure when I finish 3 Body Problem, I'm just going to cancel Netflix.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna watch 3 Body Problem.
That's $32
and The Gentleman. I need to finish those 2. I forgot I did finish something else that I can't fucking. Oh, Constellation. I finished, which was
yes.
Good.
I gotta pick that back up. Matter of fact, I think that's where I'm gonna go back. I'll go back to Constellation because wifey definitely fell off of that. She didn't like that one.
That was good. That was a good one.
That'll be a Vision Pro show.
Everything started.
I'll just watch that myself.
Everything started, it's one of those shows that starts off very confusing. You're not sure, quite sure if you're following along. You kind of know what's going on, not really.
Yeah.
And then they brought it back.
Yeah.
But that's about it. You have anything else to add to this stellar conversation?
Nah, man. I think. Yeah, I don't think so. This has not been the most exciting episode, but I think we need Dave to spice shit up because I can't even think of what the fuck we're gonna title this one. But It's nah, man. I'm excited to just continue being here and keep contributing to the pod and being able to talk about a lot of this shit. And hopefully eventually we'll see what happens. There was, I don't know, so just a quick thing, I guess, to circle back. I don't know if it was ended up how we confirmed if it was a April Fool's joke tease or if it was just bullshit, because that happened to come out on April 1st. But Dune 2 releasing on Max this week, or releasing to digital download, I haven't been able to confirm that either one is real. I only saw it on like one Twitter account, and then there was a bunch of like blog posts that kept
everything
referring
that
to
I've
the
seen,
same Twitter account. So I don't know.
Yeah, everything that I see is referring to 1-2 stream on X. Every article that I saw
exactly
is going there. So
I don't know if that shit's legit or not. It doesn't seem legit based on like release schedules from when it came out in the theater versus the fact that like I'm pretty sure it's still in the theater.
Sure.
And so it would be kind of weird for it to be on Max next week, but hey, well, you know.
No, I don't believe
definitely
it's going
not
to
Max.
be...
Maybe digital download, but even then, I feel like I don't think that it'll be available so quickly.
I mean, today's the day, so let's take a look. Let me see.
Oh, it was supposed to be today. Yeah.
Let's see. Dune 2. Dune Part 2 is under movies, but it's still under pre-order. It says pre-order for $29.99. So it didn't drop on digital download. So that had to have been an April Fool's joke.
It was just some bullshit. Not even a joke, just some April Fool's nonsense.
Yeah. Bullshit.
Yeah. Not funny, dudes. Not funny.
So on that note, guys, wrong one. Sorry, it's so loud in my headphones. You wouldn't hear that, but anyway. So guys, thank you so much for listening to the show, especially this boring ass episode with just me and Johnny going back and forth with a lot of news. We appreciate you. We know you tune in and just like to chill out with the guys. So but remember to rate, review, subscribe to the podcast wherever it is that you're listening to. Give us a thumbs up if you feel we are deserving of one, and subscribe if you have not. Remember to go to Insensitive merch. Grab some gear, man. Grab some t-shirts. Stay drippy with Drippy. And sign up for the services that we have there. What's it called again? What's it referred to as?
They're Johnny. Culture, the insensitive cult. You could either be a basic bitch, or you can join the band. Yeah. Either way, please do so. We need to have a meeting and come up with some extra shit to do. But anyway, something for the future. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for rocking with us. We love you for doing so. Peace.